Hi, it's Kristen here, and welcome to another process video. And today I'm working on day 25 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And I am going to try to use some washi tape. Washi tape is not something I use very often, and I have a ton of it. So I've been buying some quite a bit of Simple Stories bundles from their outlet store. And so usually if I buy their products brand new, I never buy the washi tape with it just because I'm not a big washi tape user. So I have been getting a lot of it in these bundles, which is great. I mean, they're beautiful. I love washi tape. I don't really think to use it very often. So it's not, an embellishment I typically will reach for. And so I am going to try to use some of this up. Now this came in it was their June mystery box, and I forget what this line is called. But all these washi tapes came together, so this is all from the same line. And so I am going to do 3 lines of it because that's what it kind of looked like to me in the sketch. Now, I don't technically totally adhere to the sketch. I kind of go off script a little bit with it. But, that's what sketches are nice for. It's open to interpretation to a degree, and I'm not being really particular about how I rip it. I just kind of rip it where so it's all different lengths and things like that. So I really like this purple washi tape, but I'm a purple gal. I love purple, so. And I end up getting this all lined up. I flip it, look at it, and like I said, I didn't measure anything, but I realized there's a huge gap between the center washi tape and the left one. So I decided to add another purple line. So still not, perfectly lined up. You can see there's a little bit more of a gap there. But again, it's not supposed to be perfect. I wasn't intending for it to be perfectly lined up. And so I was good with it. I just decided to add, so it wasn't as gappy there. And then, so it came with this 6x6 paper pack is what came in as one of the June mystery kit pieces. And so I'm just flipping through the different papers here, trying to see if I can see what the line's called. I didn't have a ton of stuff from this line. There was the paper pad is what they included, so I do end up having to kind of piece together the 6x6, and that way I can make because I didn't have full cardstock. That didn't come in the mystery box, so I end up having to kind of piecemeal some papers together here to make it work. So I decided on this lemon paper. And then it's actually a picture of my daughter. She's got a little lemon outfit on. And we were at my son's soccer game, my oldest son's. And she just completely face planted in the grass asleep. She crashed. Didn't care she was laying in the grass. Did not care where she was at. She was so tired. So that's from a couple years ago. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this put on the layout. I do try to kind of line it up and measure it. Now, because the washi tape's a little bit different, it was kind of playing some tricks on my eyes. I was thinking, oh, it's not really in the center, but it was. So. And I decided to back the photographs with this really dark green paper just to kind of have them stand out a little bit. Because, the lemon paper is kind of noisy and, it's kind of a busy pattern. So, and the picture she kind of had, or the sketch, it kind of shows them, the pictures being kind of on opposite ends. So initially I was going to put them side by side, but I'm you lose a lot of the lemon paper in the background. So I do decide to stagger them. So I'm still kind of deciding, do I want them here or... And once I start to pull in the ephemera pieces, I realize I've got to have them staggered because there's really not... because the washi tape, the paper, all of that in combination, it's kind of, kind of, I don't want to say noisy, but it's like a lot. And so really to get the ephemera worked in, I kind of had to stagger them just so then that way I could, you could actually see the ephemera coming off the page. Otherwise, it really was like everything I was putting up was kind of blending in with the papers and the washi tape. So this little tag says Love Life, or I guess file tab. I always say tag, but it's like really a tab. I don't know why I always want to say tag. I like this typewriter. I'm kind of going back and forth on it. Where do I want it? Where do I want part of it hidden? Because obviously some of it was going to be hidden a little bit. And since I've been getting these mystery box, well, I got this mystery box. The May bundle was warehouse box was like all stuff that you kind of knew what you were going to get. There was going to be like a variation, maybe a little bit between boxes, but the June mystery box was just a hodgepodge of like just stuff. Now, they did include like several pieces from like the same collection, so it was nice because it was like you weren't just getting a total variety of things. Like it was pieces that you could still use together. I didn't get a lot of like big 12 by 12 paper packs. I did get a few, and the one that I did get, I think it was like My Story or something, which was really pretty. So I definitely will be doing some things with that. But what's nice with like these sketches, like if you have a mixed bag of things like this, it kind of helps you to use up some of that stuff because you're like thinking of how to use it in different ways since it's not a complete set. And like, I wouldn't think to piecemeal 6x6 paper pads together. Unless I'm kind of being forced to, because and I don't want to say forced to, but because that's what I had of this collection. It was kind of one of those things where it's like you kind of have to use what you have, and sketches are nice for that because sometimes you get so kind of focused on how you do things that, sometimes it's hard to use up pieces that might be incomplete And I really like the lemon paper. I don't have like a lot of lemon paper. I think I might have like some lemon paper by Echo Park. But I just, as soon as I saw that lemon paper, it made me think of her in this little outfit. So again, like when I was doing this layout, I did not know what pictures I was going to use. I knew I was going to use stuff from this collection, but I wasn't sure what I was going to even document picture-wise. And as soon as I saw that lemon paper, it made me think of this little lemon outfit that she wore. And I thought she was so stinking cute in it. And then I thought it was really funny that I couldn't really find a picture of her with it, like, where she was like facing me to where I could get her like actually in it. I might have to like dig back a little bit further and see if I do. But, so when I saw the lemon paper, I had to go back through my archives and try to find this, at least one shot of her in the lemon outfit. And then I saw her face planted in the grass sleeping, and just thought that would make it for a cute layout. So, and I'm still pulling in ephemera pieces. So this is all from the same line. And I don't recall what it's called. Again, this came in their June mystery box. So I like this little banner piece. I did switch between two of them. I felt like this second one that I pulled out, it stood out a little bit more from the background. The pink typewriter, I decided to go away from the green. I just like the pink. I felt like it stood out a little bit more, and she likes pink too. So I'm trying to figure out, I decided that this Live Life in Full Bloom is going to be my title. I was trying to find a spot where it would not get lost, and I decided to put it on the photograph itself. I just felt like it wasn't going to get lost there. Still trying to work in a few more little ephemera pieces. And again, you see, like I'm kind of struggling trying to get pieces worked on there that aren't going to totally get lost. This tag gets lost a little bit, but I felt like it looked good kind of staying out from that left-hand side of the typewriter. So I decided I like that bee. I do end up, I think, gluing it down and moving it up a little bit. So I'm going to start getting everything adhered down here. Out of all my kiddos, I think she's about the only one that, like, will just crash out wherever she's at if she's really tired. The boys usually fight it, and I mean, now that my oldest, he's 11, but he always, like, when he was that age, he was never one that you would see that would, like, crash out, you know, in odd places. She's the one that will, you know, she's tired, she's gonna fall asleep. She doesn't care. Which is good, because if she's tired, whoo, watch out. She's, which, you know, most toddlers can be like that. You know, she's older now, but, I mean, not older, but she's 5, so she's kind of well past those. I mean, she still gets grumpy when she's tired, but not like, I mean, full-blown, like, tantrums like she used to. So it's good that she was one that would just crash out if she was really tired, because, whoo, watch out for those tantrums if she was tired. I'm still just getting pieces worked on here. I've started kind of leaving more into my process videos, because I kind of realized, like, you know, not everybody does, you know, has been scrapbooking for a long time, so I was trying to kind of leave in more of my process and not cut out as much. But I also don't want my videos to be too long, because, you know, there's other videos to watch, and a lot of time for me, like, I love to watch other process videos, and so I try to watch at least a couple a day, if I can. And I mean, that gets to be, you know, that can be quite a long time if, you know, if my videos are 20 minutes long. Now, usually if I do a double layout, it will probably be a longer video, because it's technically, you know, you're doing 2 pages. So, but I do try to keep my videos down to 15 minutes or less if I can. I really like this purple butterfly. I was trying to work it in, and initially I was kind of like, I liked it down at the bottom of the page, and I was kind of like, do I put it there or not? And ultimately I will work it on there, like, because, you know, again, I was trying not to make the page too busy, because, you know, there's a lot going on with it. And I decide I'm just going to put it there. And then I'm going to work in some of the brads. So that came in the mystery box. So this is the same line. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I didn't get the 12 by 12 papers, but I got enough to, like, piecemeal the line together and make it work. So, and I really feel like the line is, you know, colorful enough and has enough going on with it that you could make it work with other product lines. So I feel like quite a bit of this would actually work with, like, Echo Park, some of the Echo Park spring papers and things like that. So, and this mystery box was $49.99. So I feel like it came with a lot. So I feel like it was worth the value. So again, I'm just going to work in some more of these brads. I was kind of like, do I work in, you know, more of them? I didn't want the page to get to be too much, but again, brads aren't pieces that I think to use very often, unless I'm kind of like, you know, kind of working outside the box. So, like, for me, like, there wasn't a ton of ephemera to use in this, so I decided to use brads. This brad has lemon in it, and I was kind of like, is it too big for this? Layout, but I'm like, I don't have, like, a lot of layouts that I think I'll do with, like, lemons, and so I decided to work it down there by the butterfly. And here is the finished layout. Again, super bold, a lot going on with a lot of pattern papers, but it just goes to show you can make things work, even if, you know, it's you're piecemealing pieces together or it's a lot of pattern paper. Just, you know, be creative and you'll come up with something that you end up liking. Here are a few close-up shots, and I appreciate you coming by to watch another process video.